To show you my chess tempo book, Look Around. It's a companion book to the 5-part series, Look Ahead. Looking ahead moves is pretty important, but so is looking around. So the basic idea is if it's a complicated position, it will be helpful to look around before you go looking ahead. So you can look at the position and identify the simple elements in the position. So one term for this is static analysis. So we can look at checks of both sides, safe checks, and we can make observations about the checks, the captures, any pieces pinned, tied down, blocked or trapped, any possible forks, etc., etc., etc. So looking around can make it much easier to find a tactic. So let's have a look at the contents. We'll look at chapter 1 and we'll solve some of these positions. Oh, okay. So if we look at this position, I've got a few clues here. So this is training you to look around. So if you're studying to analyse a position for the first time, it's often good to count up the material. In a real game, you'd be keeping track of the material as the game is going. It would either be even or somebody was up a pawn or two or whatever. Okay, both kings are relatively safe. Castle kingside. D-file is open. Could be important because if these knights out of the way, move out of the way, the rooks are engaged. The knight attacks a pawn which is defended once by the queen. It's good to know. The bishop on a6 attacks the knight which is defended by the pawn on c2 and the rook on d1. The rook on d8 indirectly attacks d3. The knight on c6 can fork d3 and c2 by moving to b4. So that's enough information to find the continuation that wins material. It's a matter of getting the moves in the right order. So in this case, the first move is to sacrifice the knight for the pawn. If white doesn't take, then black's won a safe pawn. Queen takes back. And now the knight on c6 can fork the knight and the queen, but we don't want to do that yet because the knight will take. So we take the knight first. We don't want to take it with the bishop first because the rook will take and then be able to take this with check. So we sacrifice the exchange. Again, if black doesn't take, then white's lost a clear pawn. Now, black does a knight fork. There's no good checks with the white rook. And when the queen moves, black will regain the rook, be a pawn to the good. Okay, so go back to the chapters. So I've got about 230 positions together. Some of them are easier than others. They tend to be average to above average difficulty. So, yeah, positions here that would challenge 2,000 rated players. So, yeah, it's quite a good, quite a challenge for average club players. Okay, so thank you for watching.